Greetings viewers. In this video I will show you how to play cd32 games in WinUAE and also Amiberry. The other day I was looking in my storage and found maybe the most memorable game from my teens, which is none other than Simon the Sorcerer talkie version. Initially I continued looking for the cd32 console but failed to find the power supply and the controller, so I thought I would do the second best thing. Just run it in an emulator and maybe send the cd32 off for a recap, and that is what I did. Now that I found a bunch of CD games in my storage, I needed a way to play them on my Windows computer. As we all know, apart from maybe those in Japan, not many of us still use optical drives in modern systems. Sure, finding images online is possible and probably convenient, but with real discs at hand, why not make a backup of these while at it? So firstly I will run the games off an external DVD drive mounted in WinUAE, and then secondly I will make an image of said discs and mount the image in place of the optical drive. To convert CDs to ISO images, I used the free program CD Burner XP, but you could use any other alternative that lets you convert CDs to image files. If you are new to WinUAE, it can be downloaded at winuae.net. For cd32 emulation, you will need the cd32 extended ROM R40.60 and cd32 kickstart ROM 3.1 R4060. In order to find these or extract them from your cd32, Google is your friend. Install WinUAE. When you start the program, you will see that you are in the Quick Start column. Here you can go to the drop-down menu and choose cd32. And the settings will be set correctly for cd32 emulation. WinUAE will complain because it does not know where my ROM files are. What I'm doing here is changing the path for WinUAE ROMs. If you put other ROMs for other Amiga Kickstarts in this same folder, WinUAE will find them automatically, which can be convenient for changing between setups, for example an Amiga 500, 1200 or in this case a cd32. Next up we go to the CD and hard drive section. Here we can add CDs and hard drives. I'm going to focus on the CD stuff. In order for the cd32 emulation to find physical drives, all we need to do is check CDFS auto-mount CD and DVD drives. If we hit start now, the emulation will start, but we will notice it's pretty slow. This is where CD images come into play. We are also stuck in a window and do not have a game controller selected yet. Let's fix this and edit our config to full screen and also add gamepad support. First, we will go back to the CD hard drive menu and remove CDFS auto mount checkbox. Now I will find the image I made for Simon the Sorcerer and also apply the turbo read speed setting found in the bottom of the page. Next I will go to display settings and change native window to full screen. To enable a gamepad, we will now go to the game port section and change the input in port 2. I use a 8-bit gamepad here and that works fine for my setup. We will now have to reset the emulation for the CD drive changes to work. For whatever reason, my full screen settings did not apply, but we can go back and change that in a bit. But right away, we see that the game loads up rapidly. Well, let's retry to see if I can fix my screen settings. Looks like I needed to swap between full window and full screen to get it to work. When you have a setup you are happy with, I do recommend saving a config in UAE so that you do not need to make changes every time you run cd32 games. Also, you can have many different configs for many different systems. I will show you how to set up Caffeine and Coffin OS in my next WinUAE related video. But I guess I promised to show you how to set up Amiberry. Luckily, it's pretty similar to what I did with WinUAE. I am running Raspbian OS here on my new Raspberry Pi CM5 system. It will be the same for pretty much any AmiBerry setup, regardless of what system you run, be it x86 Linux, Apple, or any other ARM SBC. Capturing this drove me mad, constantly getting sound glitches in my capture software, to the point where I tried everything, including USB sound cards. Little did I know it was only in the viewport, and the sound on the Pi itself was fine on the recording. I'm doing the same here, running the quick start, then navigating to my ROM files, but this time I'm going to launch the CD image file directly from the quick start tab. You can also do this in WinUAE, but for mounting real optical drives, I had to go into the CD hard drive menu to get that to work on my system. Also notice that I'm going into that menu here to enable the CD turbo speed. Here you have it. Pretty easy to set up. But there are many things you can configure to your liking, so please spend some time getting used to the software. cd32 emulation is but a tiny fraction of what the emulation is capable of. Hope this helps you out if you are new to UAE. I will start a small mini-series where I set up different configurations using WinUAE or AmiBerry to show you how to run Amiga setups on your computer. We all have powerful virtual Amigas at home these days. The emulation can be set to just about any Amiga system possible, and can be much faster than any real Amiga on just about any modern computer. But I guess that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I bid you farewell.